Good morning. I want to apologize again when I do my videos in the morning. We have this crazy lighting down here in the studio. As you can see, it looks like the lines, and we've tried everything with lighting. So, this is usually why I do my videos in the evening. So probably go back to evening. I don't know why it doesn't happen. And we've tried every numerous light. So, we can still see pretty good. Hi, Jerry, but I do apologize again. You're seeing these crazy lines, shadows, and like I said, we've tried every studio light, and it's just nothing's helping. So we want to make our projects though, so we can kind of work around those, can't we? Today, I'm doing some remakes, and let me kind of go through the remakes really quick. One was clear back in I want to say 2018 or 19. It's been a long time. And I'm remaking the tower octagon. We did a bunch of different shaped ones, square. So there are more tutorials that we do, but a lot of them, the videos were lost. Good morning, Fawned. So the videos were lost. And I've had lots of requests, and we've got new members, so I'm going to go ahead and remake. Now, our desk organizer is sturdy. Great gift. Look at that. You can use your spacers, pencils, anything you want. I made this one taller, but I'll be making it the normal size that I put on the cutting guide of this video. If you're in Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, there's a PDF that Deneen wrote for us years ago, and I found it, so I'm very happy about that. Great use of your scraps, and I'll show you a couple things that you're going to need for it. Like I said, this is one video that was kind of lost, so I wanted to remake it, so it's on my YouTube also. This was my favorite things by Cartabella. I made that album with it, and so I thought how cute to make. They're great sets to put together. And again, with Easter coming, you can actually fill these full of treats. You could put a chocolate bunny sticking out, then you could wrap it. So it's much more than a desk organizer because you can put things like hand sanitizer in there. You could put lotions. You could put all kinds of fun things. So don't just think of it as a desk organizer, but it is a wonderful desk organizer. Hi, Tiffany. So we're going to remake that. And then another project we're going to remake, I'm trying to get it in this week, was the basket. Now, this I had made for Easter, but it's also great for St. Patty's Day, and then you could fill with tissue, gold coins, have it sitting on the table. So I'm making, and I'll be remaking this week. This is the pink and main bow die that I showed earlier. It's so gorgeous. So have this at online. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, it's a little bit cold here too, and it's starting to rain. But the pink and main bow die with stitching is online and in the store at West Haven. But of course, West Haven we're closed today. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays, so be sure to grab it online. But the bow die is so pretty. But these we've been invited to a St. Patty's Day dinner because we're all Irish around, here, and so I'm going to take two of these as gifts to the hostess. I know it's not bow gorgeous. You could even stick things like mini bottles because I know one loves mini bottles. I'm gonna put some mini bottles in there. So you will have so much fun with this. And I'm trying to get this in tomorrow. So I'll be live again tomorrow. We got to remake these so that I have permanent copies. Hi, Linda, of these projects. Oh, Easter basket, birthday gift. You're going to love making this. Now, another thing, a lot of you saw the sneak peek that Sally had did a reel on, and it's coming in this week. It's called What's Brewing the Coffee Paper. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this album cover. And yes, this album cover is different. It's faux suede. And I'll be doing that with the coffee, let's brewing coffee paper. And I did it 6 by 6, and I also will be doing a bigger one. You know, I like bigger. But for the coffee, what's brewing, I'm going to use the 8 by 8 and then use this 6 by 6, and we're going to cover it in faux suede. Isn't it pretty? I love it, and it's just so soft. and it's easy, easy, easy to work with. Okay, so if you are on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, then Tanya has posted that PDF that Deneen wrote to go with this tutorial, but the cutting guide is up in the front of the video. And let me see if I can repost it right here in our comments. Yes, I can. And that way you guys will have it. Let's put it in the main one. It did, it just showed up. It kind of puts it all together, but that's okay. A couple things you're going to want. One is, of course, your scraps of paper, and really, it literally just takes scraps. Hi, Jen. And then I'm using a 3-inch punch. If you have a die, that's a 3 to 4 inches. 4 inches might be too big, but you can trim an octagon so easy. But I use the circle die. Can you kind of see it sitting there? And then I put it in the bottom, and that's what makes this super strong. It is super strong. So here's a bigger bottle of the art glitter glue, and it holds it just fine. And then one thing to mention, you can add as many octagons here as you want. That's what's so fun about this. So I've seen members on our scrapbook group add 4 and 5 and 6 octagons, depending on what your use is. Okay, so we're going to start with 3 sizes of our cardstock. The first one is 12 by 12. The second one for our medium tower is 12 long, but it's 9 3/4 wide. So 9 3/4 wide. And for our small one at the bottom, it is going to be 12 inches long. All you have to do is cut your width at 6 3/4. And then you'll notice too, there's no raw edges here, so that it doesn't get bent up and ruined as you're using it. Okay, let's start with our 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Oh, this is the one that got some coffee spilled on it. Speaking of coffee, let me grab another sheet. I didn't notice that. Oops, and I almost stepped on Homer. That's better. I have the light blue. I'm using the light blue along with Bloom Where You're Planted. Basically, you're going to use, um, it's really nice to use what you've made a mini album with to give it a coordinating gift if you want. If you want. So our first score is going to be 2 and 8. And like I said, you can either copy and paste and print that off, or if you're not in our Facebook group, Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, then you can run over there, and Tanya is posting the PDF that you can print off that Deneen created for our group. Now I'm just going to turn it. It doesn't matter. I've got the taller size at the top, the smaller at the bottom. And we're going to score 1 7/8. 3 3/4. 5 5/8. So that's that mark right after the half. 5 5/8. 7 1/2. 9 3/8. And 11 1/4. I'm going to just quickly give you those score marks again because it's very hard to see on the light blue paper. We're going to score all 3 pieces the exact same way except the top and the bottom. So these measurements for our octagon to create that octagon is 1 7/8, 3 3/4, 5 5/8, 7 1/2, 9 3/8, 11 1/4. So I'm going to go a little bit faster and score those on the other pieces. Now my middle piece, again, this is 9 3/4 by 12. Okay, now we want the 9 3/4 across the top. I want you to score this one at 2 and 6. 12 across the top, and we're going to repeat those score marks: 1 7/8, 3 3/4, 5 5/8, 7 1/2, 9 3/8, 11 1/4. Our small one is 6 3/4 wide, 12 inches long, and you want the 6 3/4 at the top of your scoreboard. And I want you to score it 2 and 4 1/2. I want to show you. I made this one taller for my needs. So when I cut this paper, I actually cut it to 7 1/2. But you still do the same scoring. So if you need these to be taller, this one can't be any taller unless you change your scoring. The smaller ones, you can make taller. You just want to still score the same because you're wanting just the center part to be bigger. That's why you go taller. Okay. 1 7/8, 3 3/4, 5 5/8, 7 1/2, 9 3/8, 11 1/4. Need my mat. You're going to need your scissors. Okay. See these guys here on the side? We're going to cut these two out. So I'm just going to angle that in the center. And we're going to go ahead and burnish the top and the bottom. So you can see that's how little that third one will be, and it's great for paper clips. So now we need to cut up all of our score lines, but I am going to do an angle cut like so. So there's my center line. We're going to do that to all of them. So basically, if you just go side to side, you're fine. Of your score mark. Don't even cut up the middle of that score mark. Let's just get rid of it altogether. and the ends. Push that tab in. So you can prepare these. You can even mat the pattern paper, and then you can lay them flat and keep them in like your filing cabinet until you're ready to put them together for gifts. We're going to do the same with the top ones. And this will be repeated on all 3 pieces. And the end pieces. I know, seems crazy, doesn't it? Okay, so the thing to remember is your 2-inch piece where we scored here at 2 inches. The 2 inches always the bottom. You're going to see how it will come together. That is your bottom always. And we can do another quick burnishing, but we'll be doing another one. And these top ones will fold over, and that's what creates the nice finished edge. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and I just like to glue them down. And because this is live, I know I wish I could speed it up for you guys, but at least you'll have the replay. We'll go back and actually burnish those better. I just want to get a couple down at a time. Not really pushing too hard yet. I want the glue to come out. And also, when we go to mat the inside, I do use the blue paper. I use the whatever color I did the construction with. You can use your pattern paper. Just remember, pencils, pens, it will mark it up on the inside. And light blue probably isn't best choice. It will get dirty, just to let you know. Darker colors do fare better with this one, with this project on the inside. And make sure we don't have excess glue coming out. Really burnish that top edge. You want it to be nice and flat and sharp. I've already cut, excuse me, I've cut my pieces for the inside, and then my outside I've already cut from Bloom Where You're Planted. And these pieces for your inside, you need to cut 6 for the inside at 2 3/8 by 1 3/4, and 6 pattern paper at 2 3/8 and 1 3/4. So now we're just going to go in and glue these down. I bring them about a 1/16 of an inch from the top. And this is also your reinforcements. And I'm pretty sure my microphone is picking up Wilbur snoring. So you guys get to enjoy that with me. Let's bring out some, cover more surface at a time. This is the Scrap Perfect, and we sell it in the store. I hope we still have some in stock. It comes with the tip. I do have more coming. They have been out at the company, and then it's so nice, Debbie. And I have some. I know I have some in the store in West Haven, Utah, and also we should still have some online. But you need the large. Do not order small or medium. Those are for your like your glossy accents and stickles. But it is the Scrap Perfect Blue Tip. It's pretty awesome. It really very seldom needs cleaning. And even I stick with art glitter glue even during the winter. I we stock up because it's the only glue that, first of all, it doesn't have the additive that the other glues need to ship in the winter, which is nice, but they do have to use an additive, kind of like an antifreeze additive. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it's like that to keep it from freezing. And it's a lot watery, and it seems this just dries so much faster. So if you want a fast drying, because you're impatient like me and you don't like to wait, then I just excuse me, I stock up on my art glitter glue. So now we're going to add, well, first we're going to go through and do a quick burnish on our octagon square thingies and the tower part. Then we're going to add the pattern paper, and of course this is the piece that's going to hook it all together. So also, if your paper is directional, check your direction. And these are, again, 2 3/8 by 1 3/4 wide. So you'll cut your height at 2 3/8 and 1 3/4 wide. You're welcome. And you need to cut 6. You can double mat if you want to have them super fancy. Maybe put a gold or a silver paper back behind there. You can really dress these up. How is everyone enjoying daylight savings time? Hi, Leslie. Oh, is it your first time? Well, we're glad you're here. I have been, well, I haven't been really quiet. We've been working on our December daily, and we finished our December daily for 2023. Yes, we do ours ahead of time, and that way you're all ready for Christmas. So now it's time to move on. I've got some remakes to do, only because the videos were lost. We don't like when our videos are lost, right? So we're remaking our towers desk organizer. Hi, Karen. And this is kind of an oldie but a goodie. I should have matched those up better. Sometimes I do. An oldie but a goodie because I did this like in 2018 or 19. And if you are in our group, we have a Facebook group, Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. Then the PDF is in there. Tanya posted it this morning that Deneen wrote from my tutorial for us years ago. You can print that right off and save that future reference. Go ahead. And we're going to put this one together. So a couple things you need is this. I'm using a 3-inch circle. You can use a 3-inch die. You can use or 3 or 4, just trim it to fit. You can use an octagon die, and I do have some, and I probably should have found some, but I'm just going to stick with the 3 that I used in the original tutorial because it is on the cutting guide. Hi, Melinda. And we're going to have those ready because those are what we need for the bottom. Let's start with doing, I always burnish, and I haven't made boxes with you guys in a while. I consider this a box, but you always want to really burnish because you want your boxes square. And I'm going to show you another trick. We're just going to quickly do that. But just like when making mini albums, when I pull this over, fold it over, you don't want anything sticking out here. And if you do, this is your time to trim it so it looks nice. That one looks good. See, this one is sticking out past my square. So now is your time to trim it off. This one too. So basically, my straight line goes there and then it gets stuck because there we go. Okay, let's go ahead, fold in the tab that we created. I would use a strong adhesive like our glitter glue. And you just fold it in half. Line up your score line in the top. And if you have some clothespins, that will work great. We are actually going to set this aside for now. We want that to dry really well. Let's start with our second one. So the second one is your 9 3/8 that we've already scored. 9 3/4 by 12. Oh, thank you. Yep, we're ready for St. Patty's Day. Um, usually I don't score this first, but I did. So it's okay. We're gonna just furnish this all up. But we need to cut again the top. So this is where we scored 11 1/4. We're gonna cut the top and we're gonna cut the bottom piece. I don't want to cut into my tab. There we go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. As we get to these longer pieces, I find it easier for me. Hi, Diana. I'm going to cut. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. makeup brushes. I forgot to mention those. I'm going to just use my straight edge, but if you want to use your scissors, I want you to cut it exactly like we did before. Oh, yeah. Melinda, I have to, yes, and it's, this is really thick. This is so old. I hate using this on camera. I usually use this one. I really love color crease, but when I'm using it, and the thing is you can see through it. That's why I love it so much. And the mat does stick out the edge, but I like that. And so, but my camera doesn't like it. And again, I can take a knife and you don't have to worry. But this one I use also because, like I said, the camera, it's so bad. I'm so sorry. I mean, this thing's like 10 years old. Not that old, but close. But see, you can cut right into it. Okay, but like I was mentioning, go ahead with your scissors like we did, an angle. I am using a straight edge because you don't have to have it straight anyway. And to be honest with you, this is just easier for me and quicker. Poke it in there. Oh yeah, I carry them at Scrapbookers of Country. No, I mean on countrycrafcreations.com. So go online and I have them both in stock, both mats, and I'll tell you what, this all my videos. This is my working surface. I love, 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 love. Now this one is a little. It'll be fine though. We'll check it. Again, if you use your scissors, that's fine. Just cut right up like we did on the small one. No, this one I have to do this one. Remember to do your end pieces. I'm going to repeat the same thing here at the top. Again, you can just use your scissors. Because this does not, you don't have to worry about it being super straight. Okay, 2 inches is the bottom. And the top pieces are longer. We can cover the center and make it strong. And again, I need to just see if I need to trim any stragglers off. I do. No, no, they're not sold out. I have them in stock. They just arrived. The website didn't get updated. So we're going to fix that really quick. Okay, we're going to now burnish our side pieces. Oh, it did get updated, but they were put in the store instead of online. So fixing that right now. Okay. All right, let's move on down. Yeah, they're all fits. Yes, we do have the mini one, and it's a lot of fun to have your mini one to travel with, especially for card making. Go ahead and just get all three. And this is one of those projects. It's not hard. Actually, it's enjoyable. It's one, like making cards. It's relaxing. You're not having to do major construction, even though it looks like it when you're finished. It is an impressive gift, especially when you put it with one of the notebooks or mini albums. It's really nice. Hey, I want to go back to this one for a minute. Okay, now you can see where our size is starting to take place, right? And this is a little tricky, it really is, but it's not hard. We're just going to play with it for a moment. So we want to get that octagon shape. Basically, these two, you should have 2 points across from each other. And if it looks good to you, then you're going to take on your circles, or you can take, if you've cut an octagon, a 4 inch from your dies, or even on your Cricut. You know what? Tanya's really good. Maybe one day there'll be a Cricut file for this. Who knows? No, I have not glued those down yet because I want to put my circle in. Wooden dowel here. Now, we're going to turn it over. And we'll finish these guys. No, they don't. They don't have the ruler marking because They're just mainly made well, they're made, for the spacers for the mini albums when we're creating our covers, but I use them for so much more. I'm gonna finish this down again. I did not cover the back. You certainly can if you want to do pattern paper on top, and if you want pattern paper on the inside. Um, I didn't on any of them. They're easy to find, Melinda. That way, I mean, there's no missing them on your desk, right? Like the white or clear rulers you can't find. I lose constantly. Okay, our little one is done, and then what will happen is, see, you can see how you can continue to put more on. You can put another one on each side. You can actually add here and just really, you can really grow this thing depending on your needs. Isn't that cool? Okay, back to our middle one. Now, again, we want to match the inside. If I'm just using the paper that matches, and I'm going to use yellow this time, so I'm going blue and yellow and blue. This one is 3 7/8 by 1 3/4, and you need 6. 3 7/8 by 1 3/4. Again, you need 6. So now I want to go ahead and just lay these down. One other thing too, when we connected it, you do see where we connected it. It's not bad. Can I'll show you on this one. So I'll put it underneath the paper. But if you use a darker paper, so you don't even notice it. So um, if you use the darker, it does help. I forgot it's Monday. We are shipping. That's the other thing when I am shipping. I mean, when I'm doing tutorials on Monday. Um, that's why I'm kind of trying to put them Tuesdays. My shipping is not so busy, so that I don't have to also be available for the warehouse. But she messages me, and if I'm missing any questions, Tanya's right there. Good morning, Lynette. Okay, let's hold on to this. Oh, I'm not going to show you on this one. I just put the paper here. I'll show you on the taller one. Sorry. I'd already put it down when I realized. So we'll do it on the tall one. Did I not cut enough of these? I didn't. Wait a minute. I didn't. Well, I cut enough, but I put two on one. Okay, that'll be nice and secure. All right, let's cut two more since I really doubled that one up. Just had coffee on it too. Yes, I spilt my coffee and it was a mess. So 3 7/8 and 7 3/4. Ah, so I didn't cut off the coffee end. And that's just gross. So we'll cut a new one. I wouldn't have spilt my coffee if my little beagle hadn't jumped up on the desk. Nice. Melinda, I am too. Anything that's bright, iridescent, glow in the dark, you love it. So this is kind of, the monotonous part. It does take just a little bit. Wow, it looks like I did more than two, you guys. How on earth did I put one? I just kept putting them on there and on there and on there. Well, that's nice and thick. There were four of them there. One, two, three. Yeah, that's where they went. Well, I need to pay attention here. You're road tripping today? Good for you. Just be safe. Again, these are the same size, 3 7/8 by 1 3/4. This one was leftovers from cards I made from Bloom Where You're Planted, 8 by 8 paper. Yeah, it is dirty. Well, hi, Zella. Yeah, trying to do some morning for you guys, but the lighting is not cooperating. But we can see the important parts, so that's all that matters. Trying to do a morning and an evening with you from now on until, of course, we've got our retreat in May here in Utah. So, of course, well, we'll be doing lives, but from the retreat. And then we do have our spring retreat. It's a virtual retreat, and it closes on March 23rd. So you might want to pop onto the website, take a look at the spring fling virtual retreat. and secure your spot because there's going to be lots of fabulous projects and fun and prizes. No country craft creations, we give away great prizes. Oh, got blue and yellow together. So pretty. All right, we've got some burnishing to do because we want nice sharp edges. And I'm keeping an eye if I need to trim. Oh yeah, this one's really thick. We have quite a few layers there. Checking that everything will lay nice. Yep. Okay, we will go ahead and glue this down and then I'll punch my circles. Use my clothespins here. Fold that in half. Sure, hopefully things are lined up. Okay, I'll set that aside for a moment. Hi, Lucy. Oh, you're out there where it's warm. I could use some warm. What did I just do with those circles? Did I throw them in the garbage? I threw them in the garbage. Yes, I did. Can you believe that? It's usually where our tools and stuff go too, in the garbage can. No one's ever allowed to take out my garbage can to check it. Okay, so we want to now move to the big one. Our 12 by 12. We're going to remove these two sides again. Again, if you're using scissors, that's okay. Just do like we already did. Oops, what I okay. Top and bottom, exact same thing. Hi, Donis. How are you? Yeah, try not to pull it if that happens because you don't want to mess up the score line. And these don't have to be straight or perfect or any of that, as you saw, because we're going to cover them. I'm going to do the bottom. Okay. Now we can burnish all of our pieces. And it doesn't matter if you burnish it before or after. I just find it easier to do it after some on the bigger ones. Okay. Now this time I'll remember that we're going to place, let me get over here. I'm going to place the tab on first, and then we're going to cover it with our cardstock. So I'll show you. It's just a little more difficult because your box is put together. This guy's longer, so okay. The top right there. The piece sticking out. Okay. Let's go ahead. We will not glue this one down. The side opposite the tab, we won't glue this one down. So I'm going to put him backwards. So with your measurements and now watching the tutorial, this is something pretty easy that you can, put together. You don't need a video for, and it is monotonous. Oh, Emily says CCC has awesome retreats. Yes, we do, but they are more of a teaching retreat than a crop retreat. I've been seeing a lot of crop retreats, and they're fun too. You get to reconnect with your friends. I mean, you get to with us too. We're not hardcore. Get in there and make you work, but we want you to go home with nice, bulky, finished projects and have learned how to do them. Hopefully, so this one isn't going to be down because what we're going to do when we go to connect this, we'll connect that first. Then we are going to fold that over. It is a little tedious. Good morning, Michelle. But you'll be able to see what I mean if you don't want your tabs to show. Now we're going to cut 6, and I'm just going to set one aside. So I will not double mat this time. I want to cut 6 of our bigger ones that are 5 7/8 by 1 3/4, and then my colors. So my colored is the same, 5 7/8 by 1 3/4. So I'm just going to kind of lay these out this time so we don't put 4 on one. Or get talking and just keep piling them up there. And that, that is easy to do when you're using especially a light color as opposed to the darker. You can also substitute your cardstock. You'd want to cover it, but you can substitute it for a lightweight chipboard if you're wanting these to be super, super strong. But they're pretty strong. They're going to hold up for years. Mine was over 5 years old before it went in the garbage. It had so much use, mainly because it became a mess with my inks and my dyes. I was using it. Let me show you. So I was using it for my daubers to sit on my desk. And one thing that I would do different if you're going to use it for your daubers is maybe put some cellophane wrap or something inside of there so that it protects it while your daubers are inside. Just lay it in there, line it with plastic wrap or something, or press. Now, press and seal would not stick to that, but wouldn't it be nice if it would? Or any other thing that you guys can think of. So it became a mess. It just went in the garbage. So it definitely is time for new ones. Okay, we're going to do the front side now. Again, check your directions. If you're using a directional paper. Now, one thing that's also fun, let me show you, is to try and put your pattern pieces back together if you want. No. And I've got a few that, because they were scraps, so sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But sometimes you just might want to use the B side. So I'm using a combination of our B side and A side to just kind of keep some of the main figures in. And then the B side of this piece, notice, does not have bees. This side does. I wanted the bees. Oh, I think it goes this way. No, that's okay. And that's what I'll put down there. On these, I did not eat the edges. And Tim Holtz, that Mariner Blue is so perfect. I just felt it looked okay without it. I did eat practically perfect. This one's going to go in the store because we need one there. And I did ink the edges. Uh, Sheila, yes, they are addicting. They're addicting, but they're fun because now, do you see how it's flat? So you can create this flat, make a file folder, and do a bunch of them. And then when it's time for gift giving, you bring out your plastic tote, and then you can put them all together and have them ready for gifts. So that is another thing. that you can do to prepare now for Christmas gift giving with your scraps, especially if you did make the December daily and also on the December daily. You'll have plenty of scraps. So Tanya has been doing layouts to show you how to use those up. But I am also going to be making a smaller December daily, and I haven't forgotten. Here's my issue. I didn't really like any of the papers this year from any of the other companies. So I am still looking for a collection because I know a lot of you used the Country Craft Creations last year. You don't want to make another one in the same paper. I'll tell you what, I know they'll start coming out with them in July. And we're only 3 months away. Can you believe that? From Christmas papers coming out again. And I have to tell you, having some sneak peeks, I'm not seeing much different. Oh, it's so frustrating. Like, guys, come on, come on. Lots of ideas. Please, let's do that. So I am still making a smaller, because we wanted a smaller December date in 2023 that you give for a gift. Thing is, you want it ready. You don't want to be working on that December 1st. You don't want to be working on these December 1st. You want to get your gifts done. So get these done. See how nice and flat? See how nice and flat? Stick them in your file, and you've got gifts. Or if you're doing craft fairs, get this ready now. Oh, these are great craft sets. Let me tell you what, these I know are great sellers at craft fairs. And you're using uh, scraps. Okay, let's go ahead now and let's connect this so I can show you if you don't want the tab showing. While this is drying, we'll work on the center one. Always, even though it's flat, I like to pick it up and match. I said this is going to be a little tight putting it back in, but I know some of you don't like that showing. Okay, let's go ahead and add our. Always have clothespins because I like your extra fingers and they give you more time. I mean, you can multitask, right? Okay, once again, I'm going to create our octagon. Doesn't matter how you fold them. If you really are, you can kind of go every other one. The main thing is now we've got one made, so we want to put them together somewhat. That will help you get your shape here. I always look for these 2 points that are about the same. If you have an octagon shape, you can put in there too. That's nice. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to take my circle. Oh, something's stuck on there, not letting it go. There we go. Now we can continue gluing these. There should be about, 3. Sometimes there's more. And now you've got your glue on your circle. And don't push. Just lightly lay them down. If you push, you're going to lose your inside circle. Turn it over. Oops. Do a reshape rope if you need to. Make sure I get my edges down. And put my circle on the bottom. It rained just a little bit. It's supposed to now all week long. We're getting up in the 40s and rain, which is Utah spring weather. We haven't had in a long time, but because we've had so much snow on our mountains, when it warms up in the 40s, we've got to start watching for flooding. So they're getting ready for that in a lot of the cities. And that happens. I mean, that's Utah for you. We do have rainy weather in the spring. We just haven't had rainy weather the last 2 years. And so, um, who knows in Utah weather? Put away. Push everything down again. And then, see, here's the tricky part. Now we're going to glue this over that tab. Get in there. Well, hi, Judy. How are you? And then I want to take the matting piece on top. Again, you'll just have to use your hand. It's not too bad, but you're not going to really see it in the other one unless you look for it. This one is the tricky one. You want to get it straight and not on any of your folds. And now you don't see that tab at all. But like I said, it's not like an eyesore. So you can do it either way. Just want to make sure. Well, thank you for watching. Okay. It's down. Now we're going to create our octagon. I do know the beehive is going to be my front. That one came together really nice, but let's go ahead and do some checking here. Let's make sure everything will fit. It's mostly this little front one. And again, you don't have to put them together that way if you want it to be like so. Certainly. And have 3 in a row instead of stacked here. And then you'll be able to play with the shape here in a minute. We'll decide what's going to fit best. This one can be a little more tricky. I just kind of place it there and let it fall. Yeah, she's in southern Utah where it's warm, almost to St. George. Down where I picked up Homer Beagle. Good, we almost got that one down. Alice, it is? Alice, I thought you were in our. Oh, Alice. No, oh, Alice. I know somebody else with your name. Oh, no. I know somebody else with your name. I think the last name is spelled wrong, spelled differently, but we also have a group on Facebook, Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. Hop on over and join, 'cause then you'll get all the updates of the lives. And I know Bonnie on our design team, she goes live usually on Fridays to make lots of fun cards and things with you. And so, yeah, be sure. I know I haven't been doing a lot of mornings. Kind of have a lighting issue, but I'll be doing more mornings now, along with still some evenings. But it's recorded, so you can go back and watch it. The only thing is, watching it live, we do have some conversation. So, and I do answer questions. But when you watch the video, you can definitely skip past and get to the good stuff. Okay. Oh, it's me. This. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. This was the first thing. I need a rubber band. It really is helpful, but this one is too tight. And I'm going to grab one that's not quite. Let's see here. Well, Alice, I need lunch and I need coffee. So I've got a rubber band. It's just really helpful. So decide where your front is. That one's my front. We are going to then glue down. Now I do a dry fit for reasons of this little guy, just to kind of get an idea of where I think he's going to fit best, because you hopefully want everything flush. I'm just going to pull it straight away, and remember that's the side, right? We're going to do here. Actually, let's see if I can get that seam against there. Side. Yep. I'm staying within the pattern paper. You can use hot glue on this, but I found it doesn't quite as well. No, Alice, you know me. We're gonna place it right there, and we're gonna let this sit just for a minute. And I had really hoped I had some new paper to show you guys, but let me just re-show for those that came on. I'm also doing a remake on the basket this week, and I will have that posted. We're gonna remake it was the Easter basket. We're going to be um, the video was lost, so I'm going to remake it. Let me see. When will I have the art glue again, as I am out and lost my spa bottle? Um, we do sell the explosion boards at countrycreations.com, and the art glitter glue. Oh, we're getting so close, but I can ship it. Put a hand warmer in there. Problem is, if it freezes, then it is no good. And so you know what? I can you can email me at countrycraftcreations.com, and that way I can have your information so that I can get that to you. Also on the explosion board, I am updating the quantity. So now yes, you can go and grab yourself an explosion board. Explosion boards are wonderful. Okay. But yeah, our glitter glue very soon. I promise. Very soon. As soon as the temperatures will come above 40 at night, they'll ship it to me. But like I said, I can ship some under. It's. I understand. When you're out, you gotta have it. Okay. Now that's gonna fit nicely. And now I'm gonna add my adhesive to these 2 sides. Yeah, Michelle Allen is on. She's the one who does all those fabulous projects with the exposure board. Hold this for a minute. I want it to catch. I don't want it to slide around. We're gonna put the rubber band back on. Quickly. I need bigger hands. I don't want to mess things up. Okay, squish, squish, squish. Okay, it's gonna kind of squish your big one. It's okay because it's more important that we get that glue settled. Not pretty. Maybe I'll take this one to the store instead of the other one. I really like this one. I love the blue and yellow. Um, it looks so springy. But again, things like my glue. This is more than just for pencils. This is where my rubber band and things will go, or my favorite corner punch. And then it's a little bit neater on the deck, of course. You can make your own system. You have a whole bunch of small ones. Dump your paper right in there. Now, this one's, now you can see the difference, how much taller this is. And I made it taller for the store because we just have some other things that need to go in here. So actually, yeah, almost here. Maybe I'll make it another one. A lot of things can go in here. Like I said, not just for your pencils. Lots of crafting tools can go in here. So you can also, your crafty friends are gonna love, love, love having this as a gift from you. And that is the end of our tutorial. And I'm so happy now it is available and it's not going to be lost again. What happened is another group um, is no longer, and so when they closed the group, my videos were lost, and I'd done a lot of videos there, so we're gonna be remaking them, and it's really fun to remake them anyway because now I get to have them with fresh new papers that we have in the store. And also, don't forget, I'll be soon as the printer gets done with brewing our coffee paper, we'll be making this covered album. This is the album cover. I'm really happy how it turned out. Love it. I love suede, and we'll be being ready here very soon. Thanks for watching, and that's the end. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Be sure to post on Scrapbook or Country Craft Creations. Bye bye.